Okay, show of hands. Who works in a place with no problems? Everything runs smooth, predictable, right according to plan. Ah, paradise. You, with your hand up, I need you to stop lying. Especially to yourself. Even the best of organizations has its fair share of problems. They may just look different as you progress from mediocre to good to great. We said it before, to have our best solutions, we have to clearly define the problem. Issue, opportunity, no matter what name it's going to go by. Having that strong understanding, it's a critical first step. Most of us can tell that something is going wrong. It often sounds something like, "What the heck? Why are we doing this? Well, that doesn't look right." Or my personal favorite, "This sucks." We're pretty good at detecting abnormal situations. But does that mean that we're also good at defining problems? Think about the last headache you had at work. You easily detected that headache. Your body's pain receptors are helpful in that way. So, was the problem the headache? Or dehydration? Or eye strain from staring at your monitor all day? Or trauma from hitting your head on the wall in utter frustration? You see, headache, not the problem. Just the symptom of a real root cause. You're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Detecting a symptom, that's not enough. It's not sufficient to achieve that critical first step of really defining your problem. Maybe you'll make a temporary fix or get a small gain against it, sure, but come on, you can do better. We're going for the big time. How do we get from detecting symptoms to a fully defined problem that we can build up and mold our solution frameworks and ideas around? The official term? Root cause analysis. Don't let that term intimidate you into thinking this is some special science or art form that you have to master to make an impact with. Nope. We all know how to do root cause analysis already. We've been solving mysteries since our days with Scooby-Doo. Ooh, fingers crossed that reference works across enough generations. Probably the easiest way to dive into a formal organization of your root cause analysis is something called the 5 whys. This approach tells you take that symptom that you saw and find the initial reason why it went wrong. Okay, now take that reason and ask, well, why did that happen? And then ask why again, and again, and again. Supposedly you're going to do this 5 times, but don't get caught up in that number. It's more of a guideline than a requirement. Basically, just keep asking why until you hit act of God, and then jump one step back. Okay, so I love the 5 whys, and honestly, not just because it helps at finding root causes. It's way better than that. It encourages behaviors that are often found in strong, open communication organizations. Yep, it's about building up culture. We're going on a different tangent real quick. The most successful investigators, they get up and they go talk to people. Rarely are we the sole person in a process that has failed. We have to understand the steps before us, what comes after us, what's happening in parallel with us. Even something as simple as, I can't seem to print this document. It's probably going to include an interview with somebody from IT. If everyone knows how to do a 5 why, your employees are more aware of the stakeholders in every single process. They understand how they interact and influence one another's successes. And if they're really pushing down to root causes, they will stop settling for, well, Dave messed up again, as a cause of failure. Rather, they know, well, let's go talk to Dave and understand what drove his decision one way or another. Maybe his guidance documents aren't explicit enough. Maybe they're missing steps. Maybe he doesn't have all the details needed for completing his work consistently. Maybe Dave is often distracted. Maybe it's by the extra workload that he picked up because Pam retired 2 months ago and we didn't backfill her role. Oops. So, if you want a culture that pushes beyond the blame game and into open and honest communication about understanding and preventing errors, start encouraging true 5 why exercises. Okay, so by now you're convinced this root cause stuff, it has real merit. We can resolve issues, we can actually know what's going on and prevent expensive mistakes. It sounds easy, like a no-brainer. Okay, I have to be honest. There's going to be times where you can't get to a root cause without something like destructive testing. I don't know about you, but I don't have a big line on my budget to destroy product to maybe prove my theory. The reality is going to kick in, and you won't always have the option to get to the answer you want. So, root cause analysis application is nuanced, full of trade offs. What isn't these days? You are going to be able to make the decision to say, I need to advocate and push all the way for this particular root cause. And when to say, I think the stakeholders have done a good partial investigation that'll satisfy our needs for now. If you have metrics or you're monitoring trends, you know which symptoms are coming up most frequently, or you know which symptoms are creating the biggest time loss and money loss when they do come up. Those are your strong business cases. Tackle those root causes first. The little failure last Tuesday that's mocking you from the corner of your office, contain it, monitor it. If you're making good choices in other places, someday somebody may give you the money to do destructive testing and take down that mocking failure in the corner. I'm Sam Smith, and thanks for listening as we let the discussion go on a tangent.